Yeah. Well, everyone watching, this is Sam Fore, Tuk Tuk Lex, at Tuk Tuk Lex on Instagram. Sam is a Sri Lankan chef based in Lexington, Kentucky. But I don't think she's in Lexington all that much because she's always traveling, it seems. But I met Sam through a mutual friend, Ashley Christensen. Technically, probably through Chidi, though, right? At a Brown in the South. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we didn't talk at Brown in the South, but I'd seen you. And then we were all in Chicago in May when Ashley won the big award. So then I was just like, okay, now we're homies.
Now we're buds because we're both like, well, we both like partying and having good food and drink. So
good food, good drink, good people.
Yep. But I've always loved Sam to pieces. She's always been really good to me, and she's been so gracious to teach us this awesome vegan dish. And I didn't even request a vegan dish, but she's just making a vegan dish. It's so awesome.
Well, I mean, it's easy to go vegan with this cuisine because like mostly the only flavor intensifying agent they'll use is this dry fish. So I can usually admit it pretty easily.
Is Sri Lankan food based in a specific religious culture, or is it kind of all over the place?
Sri Lankan food's kind of all over the board. It's a blend of the food of like India and South India as it migrated south into where all the fun spices are. And then you have the influence of the English and the Portuguese and the Dutch burgers. So Sri Lankan cuisine is kind of strange because you'll have like these very, very standard recipes, but they are from completely different sides of the spectrum. So you'll have like a cake that has Portuguese roots, and then you'll have like another phenomenal dessert that is quintessentially Sri Lankan that has like Muslim Moor roots. So, it's 4 major ethnic groups kind of formed a crazy cuisine, but it varies so much. Like the island's the size of West Virginia, and it varies so much from north to south. It's crazy.
That's it? The size of West Virginia?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
A whole lot of people.
Tiny little island. Wow. Cool. Well, yeah, let's get started. What are we going to make first?
So I am a big fan of mango curry because it's just like a little bit sweet, a little bit sour, and it goes really well over rice. And then I was thinking that I was craving mushrooms the other day. So a lot of people don't think that mango and mushroom would go together, but it will. And so I'm going to prove myself here. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to be very sad.
It's going to work. I can already tell. The smells that are coming off of just the knees is just, it's going to be fine.
It's all about aromatics, man. It's all about aromatics.
And I found some curry leaves. I got lucky with that.
I normally have a bush. And so one of my aunties told me, I have my own. And so one of my aunts told me to basically cut the bush off completely towards the roots. So I had just 2 little sticks sticking out after I'd had like a curry tree that had been roaming all winter. But now the little roots, or like the little sticks, have budded off so many more branches. So
cool.
I
might have to ask for a clipping of it from you or something so I can grow it.
I got you. Because they should be having babies probably in the next 2 months or so.
Sweet.
But, yeah, I can send you some. I mean, I have to send you a bunch of fried chicken spice anyways.
Nice.
So why don't we do the mango curry first? I feel like that makes sense. Since it's got to cook for a little bit.
Got it. And we just need like a deep frying pan, it llooks like you're using.
Yeah, I'm going to use this skillet for the mushrooms.
Okay.
And then this is like a about 2-inch, 3-inch deep, just a regular old pan. You can also do it in like a saucepan with higher sides, but I find that it cooks more evenly.
Do you think this 10-inch cast iron will be fine?
Let's see. Yeah.
Okay.
That looks fine.
Well, let's do this. And is Sri Lankan food like Indian food? It cooks like instantly. Like you have to.
What is that, guys? Hang on. I've got a whole menagerie. I have no idea.
Oh, that's all right. I've got 2 dogs that will probably fight during this. So we'll keep them on.
I have no idea what to say. All right, so is Sri Lankan food like Indian food in that
And now you like, everything's like super fast paced once you start.
Kinda.
Okay. I did a cook along with Cheaty, and I swear to God, there were like 30 ingredients, and they all went in together at like 5 seconds apart. And it was a really tough thing to keep up with because I was like, okay, I gotta find that spice.
Okay, we're gonna think of it in phases then.
Okay.
We're gonna throw a couple ingredients in together at a time.
Okay.
And so that way we can kind of, I like to think of it as like building layers on a house.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you start with your foundation, and then you have your like fancy plywood doohickey bobs, and then you have the drywall, and then you have paint, and then you have, you know, I'm not a very good building metaphor person, but that's kind of what I'm going for.
I'm for it.
So I also have no idea why my dogs felt the urge.
Oh,
So
because
sorry
they're
about
dogs.
They're dogs.
That's right.
So I think I've got, what, about 3 tablespoons of oil?
Yeah.
For this.
What how high do we want this?
I'm gonna do it on medium because I'm going to be toasting up some powdered spices, and I don't want them to burn.
Got it.
So
So I'm gonna go a little below medium because this stove is
exactly.
crazy.
It's like, if you want to start low, it'll just take a little bit longer, but you can make it happen.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and do my mango curry spice mix. So I'm gonna do some turmeric, there's already a spoon in there, some red chili, and you can use chili flake. I like the flake chilies that I've got in this little dabba.
Oh, that thing's awesome.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to grab some. I just made some curry powder today too. So
Oh, nice.
Sri
You make your
Lankans
own?
usually- yeah,
Oh man.
I think I made the one I sent to you. I think.
Oh, you sent me the toasted one.
Yeah,
or the,
I do that one too.
Yeah. So good.
So I made a fresh batch this week, and you know, Sri Lankans use the term curry powder, and a lot of folks don't, but
Okay.
it's kind of our thing. So I'm gonna put that in here and just kind
So
of.
that was curry powder, turmeric, and chili flakes.
chili powder.
All 3 of those.
And then for the phase, which we're gonna let this go for like a minute or so it heats up and those spices bubble up nicely.
Okay.
You'll be able to smell it first.
Yeah. And I always love toasting my herbs when I'm cooking any sort of dish. I feel like it just.
I love the bubble, and then it adds a really beautiful color when the turmeric and the red pepper bloom. Woo,
Oh yeah, good. Eileen, that was the turmeric, curry, and red pepper powder or flakes.
Yep, that's it.
That's it. Cardamom, not yet.
Not yet. You can if you want, though. If you want stronger cardamom and cinnamon flavor, you can add them in now. There's no rule against it.
Got it. I'm gonna wait until you put yours in.
I think that cinnamon can get a little strong.
Yeah, me too. And I love cinnamon, but sometimes it's very overpowering.
Same with cardamom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cardamom for sure.
Oof.
So we're just waiting for it to kind of get a little change, one shade or something.
No, just waiting for some little bubbles here.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm gonna throw my onions in. I'm throwing 3 different things in.
Okay.
Onions.
Yep.
Banana peppers.
Okay.
And curry leaves.
Okay. How many curry leaves do you have?
I did about a sprig's worth, which is about 6 to 7 medium sized.
Okay. So I just do that. Okay. Got it. I cut my onions incorrectly. I thought you had diced on there, so I diced them.
It doesn't. It's just how you want it, honestly.
Okay.
Like, I just find half moons easier, and they look fancy when you're plating.
They're definitely easier.
Most of the time, I just have like a big bowl of diced onions that I work from for the day.
Right.
So,
but
we're making this pretty because we're cooking with friends.
Yeah, cooking with friends.
Cooking with friends.
So
also,
just put that in there. Leave it as such. Do we turn the heat up now, or kind of leave it low?
I
Still?
have it about, I can crank it up just a little bit. Yeah.
Crank it up just a little. Okay, I'll go up to
Yeah,
medium
because
now.
we were at medium, I'm going to medium high.
All right,
And then if you were at medium low, you're going up to medium.
got it. By the way, I love the way curry leaves smell when they hit the pan.
Oh,
It's such
I
a
like
unique
frying them.
smell.
I like deep frying them and putting them on popcorn.
Mmm.
Yeah.
What?
And then if you deep fry them, if you do like a 2-second fry with them and then you mash them up with crunchy salt,
What?
it's the best. Absolutely the best. And then your crunchy salt turns a little bit green too.
How many curry leaves did you use? I mean, she said about 6.
Yes, about 6. And if you don't have curry leaves, it's all right. I'm not gonna judge.
Yeah.
So, but I would admit them. I wouldn't replace them with bay because bay gets a little bit too floral for me.
Yeah, I don't think they smell or taste anything like bay either.
I know, but people see leaves and they're like, okay, leaves. I'm like, well.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay.
So right now my onions are softening up a bit. I'm gonna add my cardamoms now.
Okay. Adding
So
cardamom.
a little bit in my hands. I'm only putting 2 in because I have those crazy diaspora cardamoms that are
Yeah, you've got the gigantic ones.
Yeah, they're super potent. And then I'm also gonna add a little bit of cinnamon here. So I get the salon cinnamon that you can crumble. If you don't have that one, don't worry about it because you'll get the flavor all the same from it stewing in the mango and the coconut milk.
Okay. So if you can crumble them. If not, just go rough with them.
Yep. And then I'm going to add my garlic in right now too. And so I'm adding the garlic in a little bit later because I didn't want it to burn and get too pungent.
Okay. Okay. Dig it. What kind of rice do Sri Lankans eat? Because you know I'm all about some rice.
You know that there are over 60 varieties of rice growing on the island? I'm from
On the
rice
island?
on the island.
Holy cow. And is it all?
Joe, we need to go to Sri Lanka and eat all the different kinds of rice.
I'm for it. You don't have to twist my arm on that one. I want to go to Sri Lanka anyways.
I mean, I'm ready. It's just the rest of the world ain't ready yet.
Yeah.
I think we're about at that point where we can add our mango in.
Okay. So we're just kind of getting this a little fragrant, wilting the veggies, and then add the mango.
I added the mango.
Okay. And this smells so good already.
So I'm gonna toss it in all the onions and spices, and then I'm gonna drop the heat.
Okay. How low are you gonna go on that heat? Just going back to one setting lower?
I'm actually gonna go to medium low on mine because my stove tends to run a little hot.
Yeah, okay. I'll do the same. So just kind of get everything coated in that goodness and then
Yep. And then we're gonna let it sit for a few minutes.
Alrighty.
And then we're gonna cover it so it has its own little gravy situation going from everything that's in it. I don't want to lose a ton of the moisture. So cover that and leave it cooking for about 10 minutes before I add the coconut milk. Yeah, Sri Lankan cuisine can be very forgiving because like sometimes I can add in that cardamom at the very beginning and then eventually pull back on, you know, as intense as it gets.
Yeah.
But it also gives you time to work on the other stuff while your first stuff's cooking.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So,
Cool.
You got a separate pan ready for some mushrooms?
I'm ready. It's already preheated too.
Ooh, wow, you're ahead of me. I catch up.
Oh, you got that combi oven. You've been baking some bread?
This one?
No, the combi oven, the Lodge.
Oh no, I've been using it as a chicken fryer. So I fried a bunch of chicken last night, and nobody complained. But this thing is
That thing's great. It's also a great way to bake bread. You know, you bake it in the shallow side, and it acts as like a steam thing because it keeps all the steam inside. So when you're when you're getting that oven, what is it called? Spring. It's really nice. So 3 tablespoons again, right?
Yeah, I always add a little extra because I tend to overcompensate with ingredients. I'll be like, this needs a little bit more of this. So I want to make sure that it's not going to stick.
Okay.
I'm going to go grab my cheat sheet so I don't forget things.
Yep. No worries.
All right. So I'm actually going to let my mustard seeds tell me when my oil is ready.
Okay.
So I'm going to add them in now while the oil is heating up. And then once I start to see the bubbles on
Mine's
the
already
mustard,
got bubbles.
Okay, so now add in your chili pepper and your powdered spices, which is your curry powder.
Okay. What about the turmeric?
And the turmeric. I knew I was forgetting something. I used the last one.
But not the ginger yet.
Not the ginger yet. We're gonna let these bloom and then we're gonna throw the ginger in.
I think my oil was maybe a little too hot, so I'm gonna hold off for just a second with the pan off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add a little extra curry powder down.
And mine's looking pretty good.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, for everyone watching out there, she added the black mustard seeds, the turmeric, the curry powder,
and the crushed red chili.
And the crushed red chilies. And mine is looking like this. Go a little dark.
Lovely.
But not too dark.
That's all right. You're just gonna get a little richer flavor from it.
Yeah, it's not burnt, it's just a little bit toasty.
So I'm gonna add in my onions and my ginger and my curry leaves and my cinnamon. And the reason I'm adding cinnamon in early is because I want that cinnamon flavor just a little strong because of the mushrooms.
Okay.
I don't know, mushrooms and cinnamon kind of work for me. It doesn't make any sense to literally anyone else.
Oh, I love that. Love it. So onions, curry leaves,
cinnamon, and ginger.
And the ginger. Okay, all going in. So Sumi, there's a few mushrooms make it in with my onions. Okay, they'll be fine.
It'll totally be okay.
It'll all be fine.
Everything will be fine. That was like my cooking mantra at this point. I'm like, something's going on. Everything's fine. I did an event a couple years ago, and my ingredients didn't show up until the day after my dinner.
Oh, that works out well. Yeah.
Yeah, but everything was fine.
Yikes.
Everything was fine.
So with the onions, are we also just taking them until they're a little bit wilted and maybe more?
Just barely translucent.
Okay, got it. Oh, this is going to be delicious. The smells. God, I love cooking this kind of food because the smells are just so intense.
I like to torture my neighbors that way.
It's not torture. That's like a free gift. Are you kidding me?
I'm going to go ahead and add a little salt early on this one. I haven't salted this one yet. I'm going to salt it when I do the coconut milk, but I'm going to add about a generous pinch of salt here just because it's my bottom layer.
Got it. Adding the
mushrooms
salt.
are weird when you salt them because you can over salt mushrooms real quick.
Yeah. They just soak up whatever stuff is in the pan.
Exactly. So these guys are just starting to turn a little bit. So let's mushroom.
Mushrooms?
Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
It was very ceremonious. It was a beautiful moment.
Mushrooms going in the pan. It's always nice when the last ingredient goes in, then you have another clean cooktop, work surface. Yep. I mean,
easy
all in there. We're just waiting on coconut milk.
Yep. So I'm going to toss these for a few minutes, get them all coated with a goodness. Probably throw another little sprinkle of salt in there. and let them cook
All
down.
right. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna love this dish because I love mushrooms.
I think mushrooms are so versatile and fun to use as long as you don't overcook them.
Yeah, I've
Like,
been making
overcooked
a,
mushrooms.
I've been making a lot of like vegan bolognese, and mushrooms
Mm-hmm.
really saved the day on that one.
Totally.
All right. So then we just leave this to kind of cook.
Yeah, if you see like mine are getting coated up in the turmeric and the chili and all that
Yeah,
goodness.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I know I added red pepper, but I'm gonna add a pinch of black pepper just because I've got some handy.
Okay. So just do a couple grinds, turns of a grinder.
It just feels like the right thing to do.
Got it. Oh my God, the smell of that cinnamon is amazing. How much it comes out, even though it's just the whole stick.
Yep, it balloons.
Wow.
Like that's the thing.
Yeah, it
is
really
the oils
does.
and the stick will all come right out. All right, that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna let these cook for a few minutes. They're gonna hang out, and if you bought pre-sliced mushrooms, they will give off more liquid.
Uh-huh.
That's fine. It's not
Okay.
a crisis, but these will take just a little bit longer because it won't have the excess liquid.
Okay.
Now it's time to check on our mango situation.
Okay.
Smells
I mean,
really good.
Yeah, they're kind of smelling ridiculously delicious. Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna
nice.
go ahead and salt now before I add my coconut milk.
All right.
Rinse it out. Get a little bit. And then I've got coconut milk over here. I'm gonna add about a quarter cup, but you can add a little bit more if you want more to
Got it.
top up rice.
Oh no.
I
Mango
usually tend to
overboard.
jasmine and basmati. Basmati's for when, I want a little bit firmer of a grain, and jasmine's when I want to feel like I'm being hugged by my rice.
Yeah.
So,
So
so this time I did jasmine because I felt like it would go with the earthy and
Cool.
the bright.
yeah, I did jasmine as well. How much of a can like this? And are we just taking the fat layer?
Yeah, take the fat layer of the can. I did. So this was one can, and I did about a quarter of it. Maybe it's about to a third of it.
Got it. So take the fat layer and then a little bit of the water as well.
So one of the things that I do is when I cook my rice, I will leave the can of coconut milk on top of the rice cooker.
Ah.
So then when I shake it up, it's like all liquefied because it's all liquefied at 77 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that's become my go-to coconut milk party trick.
Got it. Oh my, yes, this dish. Okay, I'm gonna. You know what's great? I haven't eaten lunch yet, and it's one something here. So I have like a gourmet lunch today. Nice.
I just tasted for salt. I know it needs like a couple more minutes to cook, but I need a little bit more salt. I tend heavier on salt just because
Me too.
usually Alex shot after I cook because I'm tasting things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But this is one of those like salt to taste moments, and then give it a second.
Oh my
And
God,
then
that's good.
tomorrow, this leftover, like cold over warm rice,
Woo!
throw a little bit of the tagine on top. You'll be a very happy person.
Oh yes. Yeah, this is delicious, by the way.
And now I've come like my mushrooms are just over here, and look how much they've already wilted.
Yeah, mine are fully wilted.
So I'm gonna do another little salt taste here. Need salt.
Oof. Oh yeah.
Too hot or good?
No, I mean I like spicy, so. But that is delicious. Okay, I gotta taste one of these mushrooms.
I'm actually going to cut the heat on these mushrooms because they look beautifully wilted and not too rubbery-ish. I don't want them to get rubbery. I'm just going to let the residual heat cook them down.
Oh man, that's so good, Sam. Holy I almost cursed. It was so good.
Yeah, I just turned off all of the heat, and I've still got the heat on the mango going at like medium low.
Got it.
So it's
Yeah,
a-
I turned mine down to a simmer because my stove is very hot.
Woo, that's handy though.
It's just not very even heat, so you have to like work the stove.
Mhm.
It's annoying. It's not, it's a rental. Whatever. I missed my blue star.
I know. You need to come to Kentucky so we can cook together.
I'm down. I think I'm there this
Sneak
year.
you in for real and make everyone freak out. They'll be like, "Oh my God, are the Avery brothers here?" No, I just felt like cooking with Joe.
No, just cooking.
Joe's my pal. They like to cook stuff.
Oh, the ginger in that is so good. And the
And the mushroom?
mushrooms.
It's bright. That's like my favorite part. It's the brightness that the mushrooms need.
Yeah, I did not expect it to be so forward.
That turned out well. That turned out really nicely. I'm gonna let those go for a few minutes. I'm gonna grab my bowl of rice. Do you
What
have
is
a
that?
bowl of rice? Do you have a bowl of rice ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah. I am ready.
Once I serve up, I'll probably move over there and eat.
I got the jasmine rice going. Are you doing like rice in the middle?
I'm doing a big old thing of rice in the middle.
Yeah.
And then I'll throw my mushrooms on one side. Because like a lot of the things with how I try to teach people how to eat Sri Lankan food is I want people to build like their favorite bite. So like if you like a little bit more mushroom, a little bit more earthy, a little less zip, you can pull it in and kind of use the rice to pull in your right combination, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh my God. Y'all, look at this. Woo! Oh yeah.
I think that this mango is looking good. It's like kind of
It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the heat on my mango too.
Yes.
No more heat on the mango.
No moss.
No moss.
Just no moss heat, just eat. And I'm making myself the biggest bowl of food ever because I'm a fatso these days and I eat like a million.
I'm gonna switch my Zoom view so I can hang out and eat with you. 1 second, I'm gonna pull this down. How do I do this?
I mean, it's like a big plate
There we
of
go.
delicious. Yeah, now I'm gonna pull my computer over here.
Holy cow, Joe, that's a huge plate.
I know, I told you I eat like so much.
I know, but like, where did you put it?
In my belly.
All right, hang on. Let's do a big old taste test. Oh, look
Taste
at that.
test.
Taste
This
test. If it
this is the
sucks,
first
we're just
thing
gonna
I made.
fake that it's awesome. Right? You want to bake?
I'm for this dish. Wow. Oh my God.
It comes together in half an hour.
That's insane. It was less than a half an hour because I felt like we were chatting. It goes really well with the mushrooms. You were not wrong.
I know stuff and I cook things.
You know some stuff. So Sam, you have a new restaurant coming up. Is that correct?
Maybe. So
Maybe.
I kind of dodged a bullet with the whole COVID situation. So I was the last time that you were here, I was on the verge of buying a building. Like I was this close. And we got to this point where we were like $5,000 apart. And I'm very, very stubborn. So I said no. And I dodged a bullet. Yeah, completely dodged a bullet. And so now I've been kind of I've been writing a lot of recipes, but I'm actually going to release a little line of spices with Mr. Marijuana Rani soon.
Nice.
So basically you can have blends that are easier than getting took everywhere else. And maybe someday I'll open up a fried chicken joint, maybe. But
yeah. How about right now you're like traveling and cooking. And you do a lot of work with the Lee Initiative, yeah? Awesome.
I worked actually part-time with the Lee Initiative for about a year and changed through the pandemic.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. Do you want to tell everyone out there what the Lee Initiative does? Because I think it's a fabulous foundation.
So the Lee Initiative was founded by Edward Lee and Lindsay Osasek, and everyone knows Edward Lee is chef extraordinaire.
It stands for Let's Empower Employment. And they do a lot of measures to ensure that women have advancement opportunities in the culinary world, because there's so many women who are not head chefs, not, sous, not this, not that. And there isn't a ton of advancement in the industry right now. So it's making that stronger. So when the pandemic happened and everything shut down, we took the class from last year, combined them with the class for this year. And last year we just mobilized to feed service industry workers. So we would pay restaurants to release meals on a daily basis and supplies, so that people could just drive up and be like, I need toilet paper and a meal for 4. And so people would just drive up, grab a meal and go. And it was honestly, that's probably what saved my sanity during the pandemic, because my entire calendar was gone in a day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, I plan out a year ahead.
Yeah.
And so then, as more groups started to need things, the Lee Initiative has kind of turned into this direct aid feeding employment empowerment situation. So now we're paying restaurants directly to feed first responders so that restaurants can keep their doors open.
That's so
or
cool.
At least
survive.
Mm-hmm. And now it's, we had farms that lost 70% of their wholesale business because restaurants closed. So now we're paying the farms for their produce to just give to the restaurants. So it cuts the food cost, it keeps the supply chain alive. Like, there's so many things that, like, Lindsay will just say something and then the next day it's happening. It's honestly one of the craziest work experiences I've ever had. And like, I've had a lot of crazy work experiences, but this one was super rewarding, super exciting. And I support everything that they do because they're good human beings.
Yep. And if anyone wants to dig deeper into the Lee Initiative, they have a website, right?
Yep, leeinitiative.org, and then at Lee Initiative on Instagram and the Twitters, and probably the Lee Initiative on Facebook. But pretty easy to find, really easy to get involved. We have kitchens across the country that partnered with us to make things happen. Maker's Mark has been like a huge proponent. And so it's weird to talk about it in like past tense. Even I still like talk to those guys all the time, but once my schedule picked up, it was just like, once you're on the road, you're not able to do much else.
No, it's really not. It's very difficult to. Sam, this is amazing. Thank you so much. It was so fun. Yeah, I'm gonna eat probably like all of that's left over there today. And I was like, oh, Emily, we're gonna have some like mango curry and some spiced mushrooms for the rest of the week.
It's just, it sounds like it doesn't make sense, and then when you eat it, it makes perfect sense.
I love it.
I will send you, I know that you've gone veganish, but I will send you some fried chicken spice, and you should dust your cauliflower with it and roast it.
Oh, you told me about this, and I've been doing that. It's so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Everyone
out there, please follow Sam here on Instagram at tuktuklex, TUKTUKLEX. Check out the cool work she's doing and try to grab some for food when she's out and about traveling and serving people all over the country. And
I'm going to be over the next couple months. I'm going to be over in a lot of places. So.
Yeah, you're everywhere. And check out the Lee Initiative. See the amazing work that they're doing. If you feel like it, donate what you can to their cause. It's always helpful. Sam, this has been so much fun. I can't wait to do it again. Let's cook in person soon. And I got a better idea. Let's go eat somewhere and have someone cook for us.
See, you're the man with all the great ideas, Joe, because I'm 100% into that.
Yeah, me too. Well, love you to pieces.
Love to you, yours, and those cups. And I will see you soon.
Bye.
Take it easy, guys.